Hi, my name is Bo and I am a yoga teacher. I'm here with you today to talk about being present. Maybe you've heard of mindfulness. That's what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to start with a breathing exercise. This is called sounding breath. And sounding breath is all about letting go of the external. Releasing all that happened before this moment. Not thinking at all about what will happen next. Bringing your focus inside. Listening only to your breath. So find yourself a comfortable place to sit. And when you arrive in a comfortable seat, you will gently cover your ears with your hands, blocking out the noises of life, listening only to your breath. You can keep your eyes open, let your gaze soften. Maybe you look toward the floor, maybe you close your eyes. Whenever you feel ready, you'll open your eyes and look at the screen. But we'll do this for about a minute. So when you're ready, gently covering your ears and breathe. Sounding breath can be very calming, shutting out the noises and distractions of the world and tuning in only to yourself. What exactly does it mean to be present or to be mindful? It could be said that it is paying attention in a particular way, purposefully, in the present moment. Not judging, only noticing. Why would you choose to be present? It seems we're always rushing toward the next something, anything. Do you ever think about how stressful it is to always be in such a hurry? How much you might miss by moving so fast? Not that being present is easy. Try sitting for 1 minute without your mind wandering, without thinking, okay, where do I have to go? Where do I need to be? What do I want to have for dinner? What do I want to wear tomorrow? Thinking about not just right now, but next week, next month, next year. Our world is full of distractions. Technology, phones, computers, school, people wanting your attention, brothers, sisters, animal companions, most of which your brain cannot fully absorb or use because we do not take time to focus. So we're going to do a little exercise in mindfulness here. I have 3 yoga blocks. 1, represents your body. It's your physical body. Another represents your mind. And the third is to represent your breath. Now, the blocks are all lined up in a row, stacked on top of each other, nice and neat. When you allow too many distractions to enter your life, blocks look more like this. Your body gets out of whack if you haven't given yourself time to rest and reset. Your mind can be filled with so many things that you can't keep some of them straight. Your breath can be used to connect the two, bringing your mind and body back into the present. Taking time to sit and be still. Your brain is much more productive and useful when it is fully engaged. Being mindful and present to the moment you are experiencing creates a more healthy body and mind. So we'll start some mindful movements, some yoga poses with a yoga pose pattern to warm up. Stay present as I'll demo this twice and then give you time to practice once on your own. Maybe try to do it without watching the video again, maybe. Starting standing, coming into mountain pose, drawing your feet below your hips below your shoulders, arms by your side. Moving into chair pose. On an inhale, reach your arms high and bend your knees. Sit your hips back as if you're sitting in a chair. Then coming into Crescent Lunge, drawing your hands to your hips, slide or step your left foot backward. Now, coming to a runner's lunge, plant your hands to the mat and switch your feet. You could step or you could hop. Following an inhale, rise back up to crescent. Now coming back to the beginning, draw your hands to your hips, maybe rock a little on your front leg, and then step your feet together, land in chair pose, pressing your hips back, reaching your arms high. Inhale, rise back up to mountain. Okay, I'll do that one time again, and then you can follow along. As you're ready, inhale, reaching your arms high, sit back in chair. Coming into crescent, draw your hands to your hips. You could choose to move the same leg or your opposite leg, stepping back, crescent pose. You can reach your arms high if you like. Planting your hands down to the ground. Either step your feet to switch them or take a little yoga hop. Lift back up into crescent. Coming into chair. Hands to your hips. Maybe a little rocking. Step your feet together, land in chair. Rise up to mountain on an inhale. Now I'll give you a moment to try that on your own. Maybe just a little hint. I'll do it, but I won't say anything. Okay, now we're going to move through some other poses. Starting in rock. Coming down to your knees and shins. Tuck your hips close to your heels. And stretch your arms long. If you like, you can draw your forehead to the floor, letting it rest. Rock is a great pose to take time to let your body settle, to release your thoughts, and just be as you are. When you feel ready, inhale. Begin to lift your hips and curl your toes under for downward facing dog. Extend your legs. Take a long breath. And then step your left foot forward, bending your knee for Crescent Lunge. Taking your time, moving mindfully, thinking about your next step. Slow, letting your mind focus, coming into Warrior Two. Drawing your right heel down to the ground. Turn your body sideways, make a big T with your arms. Keeping the bend in your left knee, Warrior Two. Take a nice breath in. Plant your hands around your left foot and take a plank or a knee plank. Pause here for a breath. Then make your way back to downward dog. Take a long breath, lengthening your legs, stretching. Being mindful of your next step. Looking forward and reaching your right foot up to meet your right hand, bending your knee and rising into Crescent Pose. Paying attention in a specific way to how you're moving. And then opening into Warrior Two by lowering your left heel to the floor, turning your body sideways, stretching your arms long. Being in this pose until you are ready to move into plank. Drawing your hands to either side of your right foot. Step your feet together for plank or knee plank. And then lift your hips for downward dog. Take a long breath in your down dog. And then lower your knees to the mat for table. Take a breath here. Then make your way down to your belly for Swan Pose. Coming to your forearms, draw your elbows just beneath your shoulders and spread your fingers nice and wide for support. Start by bending your left foot and knee, drawing it close to your glutes, just gently lifting and lowering. Now take your right hand, keeping your right elbow on the mat, make a little kickstand, just like this. When you feel ready, reach your left arm behind you and maybe see if you can touch your left toes. Maybe you have a strap, or maybe you've got some pants you can hold on to here. Swan, drawing your heel closer to your glutes, getting a nice stretch. If you like, you can kick your foot away, and that'll give you a nice lengthening across your left shoulder, your upper left chest. That can feel nice too. Take a moment to notice any sensations that feel nice. Maybe notice the ones that don't feel so nice and make adjustments, shift around. And stay here for another breath. And then releasing gently your left foot back to the earth. Draw your elbows beneath your shoulders, spread your fingers wide, come back to the beginning. And then when you feel ready, begin to bend your right leg and extend it. And getting it warm before taking swan on the opposite side. When you're ready to move, plant your left elbow onto the mat or the ground and make a little kickstand, drawing your forearm in front of your body. Begin to reach your right arm back and maybe somehow connect with pants, a strap, hand to foot, whatever you get hold of. And take whatever stretch suits your body today. Being present is about taking time to listen to your body, asking it what feels right, maybe asking it what it doesn't like so much, and seeing what you can offer each other. And maybe again, kicking your foot into your hand and stretching your arm and your shoulder. And when you feel ready, gently releasing your leg back to the floor, drawing your elbows under your shoulders, spreading your fingers wide for support. Then bringing your hands just beneath your shoulders, lifting up on an inhale, coming to table. Walk your knees forward until you can comfortably cross your ankles and roll onto your back. Coming into bridge pose, draw your knees to the sky with your feet about hips width distance apart. Draw your heels close to your glutes. Reaching your arms down by your sides, follow an inhale to press into your feet and lift your hips. This is an inversion, an upside down pose where your hips are higher than your head. Inversions allow the waves in your brain to slow down. This too is a good rest pose, allowing your mind to slow. On your next exhale, slowly lower your hips back to the ground and coming into a pose called Pigeon on your back. Extending your left leg high, cross your ankle over your right knee. You can stay just here. This is a great pose. Maybe you use your left hand inside your leg to give a little push. Maybe just a little bit of pressure to deepen this hip opening pose. With your left foot flexed, maybe you choose to flex your right foot and lift that leg up, drawing both of your knees a little closer to your chest. Maybe that's something you could try. And being present for any sensations that come along with that pose. Noticing, observing. Not judging or changing, just being present for what's happening. And then lowering your right foot back to the floor if it's lifted. Planting your left foot to the ground. And lifting up your right leg. And crossing your ankle over your opposite knee. And again, maybe just planting your right hand on your leg, giving a little gentle push, if you like. And maybe for a different experience, you could flex both feet and lift your left foot off the ground, drawing both of your knees a little closer to your chest. If that's of interest to you to try. Noticing perhaps where you feel any sensations or none at all. Just being mindful of whatever you feel in these poses. And lowering your left foot back to the ground, uncross your legs, and stretch long, reaching your arms overhead. Take a big good morning wake up style stretch. And coming into restoration, feel free to stay on your back or to sit up. Taking your body where it feels most at ease right now. It can be a little bit easier to free your mind from thought when your body is well exercised. Bring yourself to a comfortable position. Find stillness. Breathe and simply be as you are in this moment. Thank you so much for being present in yourself and with me for this class.